And hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi.
back to Anime Church, the only church where cosplay is not only accepted, but it's highly recommended. And we will not judge you for it. That's the important part. No judgment here for your cosplay. We'll judge you based on your personality, not how you look. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. Praise Arceus.
And I am Fenrir Saru, your patron saint to snackos and alcohol.
All right, so a couple of quick announcements, Fat Dog related, before things fully get started. Number one, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Torador Episode 4 will be going live on the channel. So that is a big one. Congrats to Explodacy for getting that out there. And also, I am happy to announce that video editing has officially begun for episode 2 of Solo Leveling. So we've now moved on to the next step. It's really, really good. And as far as the scriptings for Overlord, I will say that things have gone really well, and we've only got like 2 more big things to cover. And then I think we're going to be good on finishing the first draft. So that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got some really funny stuff coming up, guys. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's where we're at on a few things that I just wanted to quickly shout out, Fat Dog related. Make sure to come by and drop a like and a view and a comment on Torador Episode 4. It's really good. I highly encourage you guys to check it out. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the actual topics, because honestly, I think talking about the anime this week, the anime reviews for this week are going to take up the majority of the time. If I remember right, did we just get the last episode of Blue Box this week? Was that the final episode?
No, we got
one more. Okay, cool.
I just finished watching it like 10 minutes before.
Yeah, I was like, you know what?
And
If it ends
Netflix
there,
already has episode 25 coming Thursday.
yeah, I was like, if it ends there, no biggie. I'm cool with that, you know. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. It's some fun stuff, but let's go ahead. We've got a lot of nerdy news and like some couple gaming things to talk about. Fenris and I are gonna have a little chat about Bobby Kotick in a bit, and the fucking fluff piece that went on there. And as you guys can tell from the title, some stuff is going on in the One Piece live action in WTF Texas. That's some stuff we're gonna be talking about. But let's go ahead and get started with the newsy news. We had a lot. We had some trailers early this week, starting with Happy Gilmore 2. I wasn't expecting this, but now that I've seen the official teaser trailer, you know, I wasn't expecting this when initially, and then they announced it, and I was like, does it really need a sequel? And then seeing this teaser, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested, let's be honest.
Yeah. I wonder what his new happy place is gonna be without the midgets and beer.
Yeah, that's true. Also, yeah. I want to go ahead and point out that the most of these things that I'm seeing like this, I'm not going to see in theaters. And I'm sorry, but I'm just not. I'll go see them streaming. I want to watch them streaming because...
To be fair, Happy Gilmore 2 is only going to be on Netflix.
Also true. Okay. But like, the thing that I'm wanting to point out here is like with Mickey 17, it is doing terribly at the box office, and that sucks.
But it's such a good movie.
Was it? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh,
I could not stop laughing.
I don't have theater money. I can't go see it right now.
Same.
Yeah. But when it comes out on streaming, I absolutely want to cover it.
Oh, it was something that Dad wanted to see, so of course I set money aside.
So again, guys, I do want to point out, and this is something that I should have plugged at the beginning. Speaking of like watching, because I was thinking maybe we just watch it together or something, and made me realize, oh yeah, guys, Moon here has his watch-alongs on Wednesdays, and he'll be starting up season 2 of Haikyuu. Make sure to come by for that. I'm going to be posting the video for that hopefully later tonight. I would normally go with what Tony wants of posting the video like the next day at like a specific time, but since we're dropping an actual episode of abridged content, I was like, yeah, maybe not. So it is what it is. I just got to edit a couple things, like cut a few bits out, but otherwise, yeah, we're going to do some reviews, and how we review the episodes going forward is going to change, but we'll get to that when we get to the anime reviews things. But yeah, this seems fun. I'm here for it. I enjoyed the first Happy Gilmore. I'm glad they got Shooter back. That's really funny.
I'm so happy also that this is included in the Sadlerverse.
Yes.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
I also really like that they brought back the same girl that like they've more or less got the same cast. Here's the really crazy. Does anybody remember that Ben Stiller was in the first movie as yes, they brought him back. Yep. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. That character was also in Hubie Halloween.
Yeah.
Because suddenly Adam Sandler decided, hey, all my movies are gonna be interconnected.
Why not?
I want to see
Mr. Deeds meeting Billy Madison meeting Happy Gilmore.
Just for the simple fact of like showing some more love to Adam Sandler. If you guys did not watch the opening monologue for the Oscars, first off, do that. Conan O'Brien is hilarious. But also, I love that one of the bits is that Adam Sandler is in the audience and everybody's like dressed in like sharply nice dresses, tuxedos, all that. He's in basketball trunks and a hoodie.
Looks like straight
I
from
think
like
he just stopped caring altogether. It's like, I'm just gonna go.
It was a bit, and he's like the nicest dude. He's like, I'm sorry, it's him, it's not you. And then he's like, yeah, one last thing, and he walks over to Timothy Chalamet, and he's just Chalamet. I'm like, it was so good. It was so good, man. Yes, his brand of humor is a little childish. Yes, I may have grown out of it a little bit, but god damn it, I still love Adam Sandler.
It still has charm. His movies still have charm. That's the thing.
He's still got charm on it. And actually, I liked both of the grown-ups movies.
Oh yeah, they were great.
Those were good.
So good.
Dude,
the second one was almost literally just them dicking around, but you know what? It was great.
Dude, what was really funny was like somebody was giving Chris Rock shit because he was in Grown Ups too, and he was like, "Man, if you had to pay for a divorce, you'd do Grown Ups too." And I was like, oh, or no, it was if you lost all your money in a divorce. Yeah, I'm like, to be fair, he ain't wrong.
And it's not like it's a bad movie. It's just it's a good Adam Sandler movie. That's it.
But hey, I love it, and I love the cast that's in it, dude. Like, dude, I love that Adam always puts his friends in his shit. So like it's like some of the same group of people, some of the same group of like friends that he's keep showing up in it. It's the same motherfuckers from Grandma's Boy, which is also technically, even though Adam Sandler isn't in that movie, technically part of the Sandlerverse because it is a movie that he produced.
Yes.
Oh shit. Yeah.
His company was behind Grandma's Boy, so technically that's part of the Sandlerverse.
Yeah, I've actually never seen Grandma's Boy.
Oh, it's very good. It's very funny.
I don't doubt that.
It's like late 90s, early 2000s kind of thing because it's like being played on the OG Xbox, like Gen 1 Xbox. But yeah, so it's like back in the day kind of stuff. But yeah, it's hilarious. It's the same kind of what is it? I had the word a second ago. It's that crude humor kind of thing. But yeah, it's great.
College humor.
Yeah, it's very much college humor. And you know what? If it works, it works. Don't fix it. There he is, Mr. Gilmore. It's like, oh fuck. Yeah, yeah, I like watching this. It's super, super funny. The only guy that I miss is is his old boss, the tall guy with the nail in his head that got removed or whatever. Like, I wish I'd seen him back, but I can't remember if the actor's still around or not. But yeah, and you can count on me seeing you in the parking lot.
Parking lot.
Man, it's so good. I love it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah,
I'm very much. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I don't want it to be one of those sequels where I don't want it to be one of those sequels where I come in and I'm like, it leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Where it was like, it was good, but it like
Joe Dirt 2
shouldn't have happened.
I forget there was a Joe Dirt 2. Jesus.
I'm so glad I'm so glad I never heard of it. You said Joe Dirt 2 and I was like, they made that? Why?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was like a Crackle exclusive.
Crackle.
But yeah, like so far with the Adam Sandler movies, so like Hotel Transylvania, those are Adam Sandler movies. The sequels he did for those were pretty good. So it's
those are
and
really
then
good.
Grown Ups and Grown Ups too. Like he's shown he could do good sequels.
Oh yeah, he can. All right. So I think we've talked enough about this. Let's move on to the John Wick universe. We move from Sandler-verse to the Keanu-verse, as it were. Ballerina, the official second trailer for Ballerina has come out. It's part of the John Wick universe. Now, we've all seen John Wick here now, right?
Oh, hello, sister.
Hello. But yes, we've all seen John Wick, at least.
Yes.
Wait, hold on, Moon. Are you being distracted? No, he just wasn't listening. Oh, I was saying we've all seen John Wick, right?
No, I haven't.
You've not seen any of the John Wick movies.
Not a single one.
We gotta fix that. Oh, just okay. Just as straight up bros. It's a bro night. We need to have a bro night where we show you this. Like, if it has to be Tuesday fucking night, then it'll be Tuesday fucking night. But like, it's almost a crime at this point.
Considering my Tuesday nights are usually pretty busy.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to go late into the night with the gaming streams.
We'll see. I think I'm pretty close to The Last of Us, or the end of The Last of Us. So,
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Where did I last leave off?
What part are you at, Moon?
I'm trying to remember. The last thing I did.
Oh, that's right. You were. Oh, okay. I can't remember when it was, but I know I saw Henry, so I know you're at least.
I know I did the stuff with Tommy.
Oh, okay. So you finished. Okay, so you're about to go to Eastern Colorado University.
I'm already in the university. I've started
it. You started Eastern Colorado. Okay, so you got the university.
Yeah, and then after this, I know is the
Ellie part.
The winter stuff where
the Ellie part and the
Joel
lodge, which is a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on there.
Then you get Salt Lake, it's Salt Lake City. Walking through Salt Lake City and the giraffe scene. Guys, if you're like, oh no, you're spoiling for him. He's seen the freaking television series. So a lot of the big major moments in the game, he already knows
pretty
about.
Well spoiled, yeah.
And then we get the hospital. So you've still got like 5 huge things to go through.
Okay, so then I might have another playthrough later.
Yeah. I don't like. You've gone.
It just kind of depends on how long certain things take. I'm trying to not go too far past 10 or 11.
But also John Wick is beautiful. Like, especially the first movie. Oh, it's so good. Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. As much violence and gore is in there, when you see the first third of the movie, you're gonna be like, okay, every single death from this moment on is totally justified.
Oh, I know. They killed his dog.
Yeah. But it's not just because they killed his dog, but like there's a little more to it than that. But anyway,
that's the only reason he needs.
I mean, honestly, yes.
That's the only reason any man needs.
That is, exactly. I mean, you kill my dog. Murder spree. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. All right, but anyway,
I don't know a jury of my peers who would convict me of that.
So this, I think, chronologically
Killed 20
takes
people. They killed his dog. Never mind.
I think chronologically this takes place a while before the first movie, so this is kind of like a prequel series, I think. I definitely think this is before the movies because John is still very active at this point.
Yeah, he's still hired.
Yeah, he's still the Baba Yaga. Yeah.
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 Baba Yaga.
So now we're talking about the Kikimora and I don't know, man. I like what I'm seeing here, but like the thing that really stands out to me is that she and John are going to have to fight. This character that is being introduced here is going to have to fight John because John is contracted to take her out. And I'm like,
or make her leave.
Fuck, that's intense. Yeah, or make her leave. Yeah. That's really
they never said that. From what I picked up on in the trailer, his contract never said that she couldn't leave after she finishes.
Yeah, also true. But I think he was put in there to stop her. And
well, we'll find out in June.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot that freaking
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus is in this. Like, okay, Norman Reedus is now on the John Wick universe. All right. Also, guys,
All right, cool.
this was
When's
the
he gonna
last
start walking?
This was the last thing that
Lance
Reddick filmed before he passed. Because he reprised his role as the concierge of the Continental. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, it was so good. And I've loved him in this series.
Concierge is the best character in the entire John Wick franchise.
This looks interesting. I forget where where is this being streamed? Because this is supposed to be a streaming series, right?
I'm not sure.
No, it's in theaters. Oh, they turned it into a movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be a show. Okay, well, it's going to be a movie then. All right, cool. I mean, I hope it does well. I'm having to be really picky right now with what I go to theaters to watch.
So it says it comes out in June, right?
Yeah. It says June 6th.
So hopefully it'll still be in theaters while we're down there for a KaiCon and we just all go see it.
I'd enjoy that.
Okay, before we do that, you'd have to see the first
going on, but yeah,
you'd have to see the first 4 John Wick films.
We can catch him up.
We can.
Actually, if this is a prequel, do I need to?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. Also because of like the cast of all 4 of them is fucking phenomenal. All right. So yeah, I think this is gonna be, maybe we go see it in theaters or maybe we watch it when it's streaming or something, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Sup? Not much, just chilling, talking about some nerdy news. All right, coming into the next one, since I didn't grab any Gundam news this time, I'm gonna let you have the live action One Piece news, Fenris. So we've got 2 bits of news for that, and then we'll move on to Moon's topic.
There's not really much Gundam news out there right now aside from new model kits.
That's good. That's good. I got tired of talking about the other show. Oh, hey, so I know this is a little early, but there is a Gundam related thing that turns out. So the voice of Beru, the King Ant, is fucking the main character in Gundam Seed.
I think that's Kira Yamato.
Oh no, the other one then.
Fuck.
But you know what I'm talking about. He was him, and he also was the voice of Gaara, which was close. It sounded. Yeah, Atherin Zara. That's who. That's
I only remember Kira because goddamn, I want to beat the fucking piss out of that character.
Trust me when I say that. While I may kind of understand, also, not nearly as bad as what's his name from OG Gundam. Nah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Amuro? Yeah, no,
Amuro.
Amuro
Yeah.
was just a whiny little fucking spoiled bitch.
Yeah. At least Kira could hop in and get shit done.
Yeah, and at least Kira could get laid.
Also true. All right. Anyway, let's
Alright, so the official Twitter account for the live-action season of Eiichiro Oda's One Piece manga confirmed on Monday that the series had
has won 2 awards, not won awards. Jesus.
what the fuck?
Anyway,
Love typos.
Has won 2 awards for Outstanding Original Song for a Children's or Young Teen Program and Outstanding Stunt Coordination for a Live Program at the 3rd Annual Children's and Family Emmy Awards on Saturday. The series won the award for the former with its song My Sails Are Set by songwriters, composers, and music producers Sonia Belosova and Giona Ostinelli and Aurora. The second season has begun production. Series creator Oda stated that the second season will cover the story up to the Drum Island arc.
And
will
this
include
is
Loketown,
all
Reverse Mountain, and Twin Cape, Whiskey Peak,
this
Little
is
Garden,
all-
and Drum Island.
this is all stuff that we have technically covered already.
Fantastic! I can
Yeah.
close that tab.
Yeah, you can close that tab.
now.
You didn't have to talk anything about the second season being in production because it's like, dude, we've covered so much of this. Like, they can go back and watch old episodes if they need that. All right, on to the next one.
Showrunner of the live-action series of One Piece manga, Matt Owens, announced on his Instagram account on Saturday that he is leaving the show after finishing production on the second season to work on his mental health. He stated that he will come back refreshed for the new adventures that await.
Hmm.
And then it's
You can read that if
Yes.
you want.
no, it's not pulling up on mine because we have Instagram.
The last
listed
6
in the
years. Okay. The last 6 years working on the live action One Piece have been a life changing journey, a dream come true. It's also been a lot. So I'm stepping off the going merry to take a break and focus on myself and my mental health. Thank you so much to Oda, Shueisha, Tomorrow Studios, Netflix, and the entire cast and crew for your trust, partnership, and hard work. For now, I'm going to take a breath, do some therapy, and try to rank up my Marvel rivals and come back refreshed for the new adventures that await. Thanks to everyone who has supported me. See you real soon. So it sounds like he might come back for season 3 after he gets recharged. This just feels like, hey, I'm taking a break instead of just stepping down completely.
Let's face it, he's just doing this to play Marvel Rivals.
Probably.
From what I
Which one was
understand
Matt
of
Owens,
people who
though?
play Matt Owens, he's the showrunner.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. He is the guy that's kind of in charge of a lot of everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he works he was one of the people that works directly with Shueisha and Oda to make sure that things are where and what they need to be. All right. Last but not least, let's move on to Moon Story. We got a little bit of sad news. I'm sorry, guys. We try to generally do happy nerdy news because we know the regular news is fucking depressing as shit.
It's not like last year. We're trying not to be like last year, where every fucking week we had a report on a death.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was woof.
Whew. Rip
But,
Akira Toriyama.
So yeah, the head writer of Courage the Cowardly Dog, Stephen Cohen, has died at age 66. David Stephen Cohen, a multiple Emmy Award-nominated animation and television writer and producer, has died at age 66 due to cancer. News of his passing was shared on Facebook by longtime friend, animation historian Jerry Beck. Cohen launched his television career in the 1980s and over the following decade for live-action comedies like Fox's Mr. President, Alf, Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and Living Single.
Okay, now you're hitting me where I live. Alf?
Yeah. He also wrote the TV live-action puppet movie The Wickedest Witch, starring Rue McClanahan. He got his first big animation break with the 1988 animated spin-off Alf Tales, which he wrote and developed with Roger S.H. Schulman.
Mm-hmm.
The 1990s saw Cohen transitioning from mostly live action projects to more animation as he wrote for Steven Spielberg's Tiny Toon Adventures, the holiday special,
Oh.
A Cool Like That Christmas, and joined forces again with Schulman as part of the screenplay team for Amblin's theatrical animated feature Balto, starring Kevin Bacon. At the turn of the millennium, Cohen came on
Bacon.
board John Dilworth's Cartoon Network hit Courage the Cowardly Dog, which ran from 1999 to 2002. Cohen served as a writer, then staff writer, then head writer on the popular series. The show centers on an easily spooked pup who lives in the middle of nowhere in an old farmhouse that is somehow a frequent stop for sinister characters of all kinds, leaving it up to Courage to protect his oblivious elderly owners. After 4 seasons of Courage, Cohen contributed episodes to kids and preschool tunes, including Kenny the Shark, wow, Viva Pinata, Arthur, Peg and Cat, Little People, Space Racers, and Treasure Trekkers. Over the course of his career, Cohen was recognized with 2 shared Primetime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding Children's Program for the puppet show The Woobulous World of Dr. Seuss in the 2010s. He was part of the Daytime Emmy-nominated writing team of Arthur and shared a win for Outstanding Writing in a preschool animated program for Peg plus Cat. In 1998, he won the WGA Award for Children's Script for the Seuss-inspired series for the episode The Song of the Zubblewump. Lord. 9 years later, Cohen received another WGA nomination for an episode of live-action kids series Phil of the Future. Wow! And in
Damn.
2010, he was awarded the Richard B. Jablow Award for service to the Guild.
There we go.
This man has apparently been all over my life. Courage the Cowardly Dog is what first drew me into this, but then it's like Balto. Holy shit, I love that movie. A bit of Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yeah.
What? And just, dang, this man has done some good stuff.
Tiny Toons and Alf are the things that I that hit me in my childhood.
Oh, so, yeah. I also really enjoyed Kenny the Shark.
There we go. So we're moving on from the geeky news.
Yep.
So we're going to go from sad news to complaining news on some of this. But to be fair, the first story is actually pretty good. So we got a new trailer for the currently released Justice War Bond for Helldivers 2. It's very Western themed here. And this time, instead of killing bugs, they're killing bots in the trailer. It's very Western spaghetti cowboy kind of inspired trailer. It just looks fun.
Spaghetti cowboy.
Spaghetti Western cowboyish kind of thing. Hey, you could be a spaghetti cowboy. I don't care. You know?
Yes.
You could be whatever you want to be.
You hear the word draw, you just throw pasta at someone's face?
Or if they're Italian, you just break pasta in their face. Anyway, yeah, it looks neat. I mean, it's more Helldivers 2. Hell yeah. Also, they introduce a hover pack, which is kind of cool. You know,
nice.
And they've got like snipe. It's very rifles and pistols oriented because
and
West,
dynamite,
the old West, dynamite. Oh yeah, dynamite. That was hilarious to me. So if you want to run around as like your own little Acme trailer, you can technically do, old school dynamite and blow some stuff up, and that's fun. Why not? Any other things to say before we move on to the next story?
I am disappointed they don't have a cowboy hat.
I love the
play
sheriff
this game
outfit
more, honestly.
kind of thing. Yeah, to be fair, so do I. But yeah, that being said, I guess we'll move on.
I was gonna say, just imagine it. You dive out of the way, your hat flies off, or a fucking 500 kg sends your hat flying. You have to pick it up before you leave.
So
That'd be
Fenris,
amazing.
did you get a chance to watch this and listen to what this next piece is all about, the Bobby Kotick thing?
I've listened to most of it.
Yeah.
I had to stop a couple times because the dude just infuriates me.
Yeah. Okay, so Moon, did you watch this?
No, I didn't.
That's
get a
okay.
chance to.
We will go over the cliff notes. I mean, I would watch it later, but we'll go over some of the cliff notes. So Bobby Kotick, who used to be the head of EA and then the head of Activision, and head of Activision Blizzard. Well, he recently jumped onto a friend's podcast, and it was an absolute fluff piece. Softball questions, and then just trying to make him sound really good and all, like, whatever. It's very businessy, and they're trying to make him sound like, all this shit that went down wasn't his fault and everything, or how he almost crashed WoW because like the content was shit. The only good thing from this whole thing that I saw that he did was he pushed back against making WoW a subscription based thing. He kept it free to play. That's the only thing good that I've seen him do, like, for a lot of stuff that he worked on. But yeah, Fenris, you want to help me with this? Go over some of the key points here, like, Jesus.
In this particular video, or about him in general?
This particular video, we'd be here forever if we went on about him in general. But
okay, yeah, you got me there.
Yeah. You have a lot more inside baseball knowledge than I do on this situation. Do you know who Bobby Kotick is, like, at all? Are you familiar with him? Moon?
Talking to me or Moon?
Oh, no, I know you are.
Not really, but when you said, like, head of EA, I'm like, greedy bastard. Okay.
Activision Blizzard. Greedy bastard. Yeah. So they talked a little bit about, like, the format of, like, games that they were like, it needs to be 1 or 2 in this genre, and it needs to be this, and it needs to be that. And if it wasn't, he blamed it on the, like, literally this whole podcast is like him taking credit for a bunch of things and then trying to make it seem passing the blame onto the devs. Yeah.
Like the whole Infinity Ward situation where he tried to push all the blame onto the two heads of it,
right?
Vince and Jason.
Yeah, and then at the same time, when all of the allegations of, like, workplace harassment for actual things, the sexual, the assault claims, those, the inappropriate workplace conductivity, as it were. He blamed that. He said that whole thing was a false thing made up by unions to try and get more members.
To raise the dues.
To raise the dues for union membership.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, this guy's a POS that should not be anywhere near the gaming industry anymore. But now that, like, the timing of this is very convenient and also suspicious, because now all the mass layoffs and everything that happened shortly after he left, that it's been long enough that they felt, this is a good time to do this.
Yeah. Don't forget, Richie, he claimed that his hand was being forced to sell to Microsoft.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he claims that in the video, in this podcast video, it was claimed that he said he was forced to sell.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar, and we all know that.
Yeah.
All right. Any last minute stuff you want to say about this particular video before we move on to something happy?
I would very much like to hear this guy just do a deep dive into Bobby Kotick and all the bullshit he's done over the years.
He's got multiple videos about Bobby. Multiple.
Like, I just want to see, like, just one giant video essay I could just put on in the background while I'm at work.
All right. Moving on from that, we got some happy gaming news to talk about. Gears of War is 20 years old. If you don't feel old yet, well, this will help. And they
if that doesn't make you feel old, this year, the other day, was Resident Evil's 29th anniversary.
One more year. Anyway, so the 20th anniversary of the God of War saga, and they celebrated with kind of like a little tribute video. I don't know why it's on IGN. I would have preferred if it was on PlayStation, but whatever. It's got narration from both sagas of the God of War series, the before times that are all Greek, and then We've got the God of War franchise as it stands now with the Norse era, as it were, and like
And
how they
I
combine
saw
the
the
two is
picture
so
of
good.
both. I saw a picture of both of the voice actors standing side by side, and god damn, they look. It was just so good. You
Where
could tell
was
they
it?
had a
Is there
lot
a
of
picture?
fun.
Is there a picture in this
I don't
of
think
that,
there's a
or is
picture in
it
the
from?
video. I
Okay,
saw it on Twitter
I met
yesterday.
Chris Judge, and I love that dude. He's
He's so fucking humble.
he's so humble, and what's even funnier, we bonded over being ADHD, and being actors with ADHD, and how that affects. Like that was so cool to just sit down and talk with him about like the experience of being ADHD and working in the industry with that, and like how we have to kind of fight our brains and stuff. I'm gonna be 100% on Chris Judge's side for a long, long time.
Oh hell yeah.
Because of how cool that dude is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyhow, but yeah, this was a beautiful tribute. I don't really have a lot to say about it. It's best if you guys watch it yourself. I just thought this was really neat and really interesting. Who here's played God of War?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
No, sadly.
that's okay. I haven't played any of the original stuff, the original God of War. Oh, that's a good one right there. We've got the old Kratos and the new Kratos in this image. So it's not the actors, it's the characters here. So
Mm.
yeah. But I've played the two newer ones, the God of War series that started the whole Norse mythology stuff. And boy, it's really interesting because like they like if you don't know a lot about Norse history, play that game. It's a good way to
They
learn.
go
They go deep. Yeah. Also, for people who are only aware of Thor and Loki and
You're
freaking
Thor?
yeah. Well, it hurts.
There it is.
yeah. But for those who are only aware of like Thor, Loki, and the Allfather, Odin, thank you, are only aware of like the Marvel side of those things, and you're like, oh man, these are such good people. No. What you
No,
need
no,
to
no,
play
no.
God of War. The gods were assholes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dude,
and the best
even
part
in
about
the
this game,
fucking-
you are the Greek god of war going into like places like Helheim.
I mean, hell, even
Yes.
in the Havamal,
Yeah.
they portray the gods as dicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They absolutely. Well, I mean, let's face it. I love my favorite one of my favorite things ever of all time will be the epic rap battle of Thor versus Zeus, and he's like, your crew is like the Clash of the Douches, and I'm like, yeah, no, he ain't wrong. The
No.
Greek/Roman gods were fucking terrible.
So
And,
yeah, really all the gods across everything except maybe a little bit of Egyptian culture,
yeah.
complete assholes.
Yeah. But that being said, though, if you want to learn, if you would like to learn a little bit about actual, some of the actual mythical tales about Odin and the Norse mythology, this is a very good way to do it. Like,
Mhm.
there's so many
really wanna
times
play
that
it.
people don't understand how easy it is to learn more things about history through gaming.
Mhm.
Now, on the other side of things, I will say that Assassin's Creed is not the place to learn about history. It's just
Fuck
not.
no.
No.
That's alternate history.
Yeah, that's alternate history. If you wanted to learn actual history, there are plenty of games you could play to learn that, and in fun and exciting ways. It's really interesting that way. But that being said, this was really cool. I very much enjoyed it, and even though I'm not really someone who played the original games, I've seen other people play them in chunks, and I know generally what the story of God of War is about. uh, from the first campaign, and then the all the Norse stuff. Oh my god, I had so much fun with that. Um, if you need like an excuse to play, if you need something to like boost you to it, I will say check out Saiyan Plays like from Team 4 Star, where Team 4 Star Vegeta plays God of War, and you have never seen Team 4 Star Vegeta relate to a main character so fucking fast in your life as he does with Kratos. You know, the funny thing is you're not getting any spoilers for the game. It's just Vegeta doing. Also, I love that some people complained about the God of War franchise. They're like, well, I didn't get to experience much of the story. You know, it's so difficult, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, they have a mode on there that's above easy that is called Just Give Me Story. So it's the easiest effing thing, and you can just do the narrative. Like, it's focused entirely on the narrative. You don't have to run around, do all the things. It is very narrative driven. It is very hold your hand kind of stuff. But for people on the opposite side, there's literally give me God of War. And it is hard. It is the hardest mode. And it is, whoo.
It is satisfying.
It is so satisfying. Also, the characters are so well done and fleshed out and everything. Because, all right, so I will talk about like where in the timeline of Norse mythology we're at. When you start God of War, which is technically God of War 4, but the updated God of War, it is just a little bit before Ragnarok is supposed to happen. So that's like that is like a theme of a lot of stuff. And yeah.
Also, Amy, no god can keep it in their pants.
No god can keep it in their pants. Yeah. It doesn't even matter what animal they transform into. They just can't. Yeah.
Artemis could.
They were rapey. All right. Anyway,
I mean, if you look at Valhalla, it's based off the 3 Fs that every human wants to do.
Fight, food, and
Fucking,
fuck.
fighting, and feasting.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say fuck, fight, and food, but yeah, same thing. Yeah. All right.
Literally, that's all Valhalla is from everything I've researched.
It's literally a food and it is an orgy of fights.
An orgy where you can go fight, die on the battlefield,
and
respawn at the table, eat, drink, go out, fight, and fuck.
I will say this about both God of War games: the toughest fucking thing in those games are the goddamn Valkyries.
Yes,
the Valkyries are tough as shit, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah. What'd you expect? Yeah. They're literally like, they're the warrior women of the gods. Essentially.
No, my guy. There are characters that are supposed to be that should be way tougher than the Valkyries. The Valkyries are insane.
Yeah, and in Norse mythology, they were absolutely insane too. So it makes sense.
No, you don't understand.
No.
It's not simply, oh, they're supposed to be, because no, these guys are fucking tougher than Thor and Odin. They should not be. By the actual thought, they should not be tougher fights than them.
You could make a lot of arguments with
Freya, I do understand. Freya, I understand.
Yeah.
But still, like, Jesus Christ. Like, and we're not talking about, like, top tier. I mean, we're talking about just regular-ass Valkyries.
Yeah.
Not the officer Valkyries, which we do encounter those too. But like, yeah. Oh yeah, and these are side boss quests, by the way. This is a side boss thing. It's absolutely optional. But Jesus fucking Christ. Whew. Anyhow, I really like this trailer, especially as somebody who knows the general lore of Kratos. Do you know any of the like general overall stuff about Kratos, Moon?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like he pledged himself to serve.
Yeah, he pledged
Ares.
himself to serve Ares, and then Ares had him do a bunch of shit that was really bad, and ended up having him kill his family.
Tricked him into killing his family.
The ashes left over from, I think it's the whole town that he actually killed.
No, it's
his family.
No, it's not the whole town. It's just specifically
his
family.
family. Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's why his skin is white.
Yeah. And it was put on there. It wasn't something that was just straight up put on there. It was I forget the name of the woman that did it, but it's basically when he vowed his vengeance on the gods and everything. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's crazy. And then you get through it, and he literally all 3 games are his. He kills Ares, becomes the new god of war, and then like his quest from that point on is to just kill all the gods. Literally how it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like
My
it
favorite
scratches that
part
itch of
of,
I want to be powerful and just destroy all things. Fighting hydras, taking on krakens, like it's ridiculous, but like it's over the top ridiculous, but boy is it entertaining to watch.
It is. There was
Yeah.
also a secret at the very beginning of the first God of War on PS2 that a lot of people bypassed.
Oh?
Yeah, you step off his ship, you can
Mhm.
turn right back around, get on the ship, and have an orgy, and get experience for said orgy.
Yeah, that's true, because there's a lot of those that happen. Every time you have like an orgy, you'll get experience the first time you do it each section. So yeah.
Nice.
That I mean, it's all off screen, but like you hear noises and things, and
Mhm.
And
it's
you
like,
have
oh,
to
okay,
hit
yeah.
buttons properly.
You have to hit buttons properly, yeah.
Got to make sure they're satisfied.
Yeah, indeed. That being said, yeah, we get that he kills the gods, and then where this one picks up, he's left behind that quote unquote world, because these are supposed to be separate realms, so I don't think it's ever truly explained how this takes place, like how he left the world of the Greece or the Greek gods and all that. Like he left all of that. It's not like he traveled from Rome to like Norway. It seems these are 2 completely different realms, but somehow he ended up in the Norse realm. Okay, sure.
And had a child with a Norse woman.
Yeah, had a child with a Norse woman. So
Mhm.
it's some interesting stuff. Definitely recommend it. All right, let's move on to this very important one. Now we're on the anime block, guys. So anime censorship hits new high as proposed U.S. law could make watching some shows illegal. A proposed Texas law aimed to curb media depicting minors in inappropriate situations has far-reaching consequences for the anime industry, and the result could be that many beloved series are declared outright illegal in the Lone Star State, according to a report by Dexerto. Texas Senate Bill 20 could outlaw obscene material depicting minors in all media, animated or otherwise. Proposed by Texas Senator Pete Flores, the bill is primarily aimed at curbing the potential for using AI to generate sexually explicit depictions of minors. The text of the amendment to Texas's penal code would follow as a person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses, accesses with intent to view, or promotes obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be of a child younger than 18 years of age, engaging in activities described by Section 43.21A1B. Regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon or animation, or an image created using an artificial intelligence application or other computer software. The section of Texas Penal Code cited in the Senate Bill 20 defines obscene material broadly as material lacking in artistic value that depicts sexual acts, though some of the definitions for obscene material given by the Penal Code are far more concrete, such as explicit depictions of sex. Others are a little more vague and open to interpretation. While this may initially seem to only ban openly illicit material, many popular anime series depicting minors in situations that could be considered obscene, early Dragon Ball for instance, contained a running gag centering on Master Roshi creeping on an underage Bulma. Even Naruto sees the title titled character using a jutsu that turns him into a naked woman. It's unclear if these scenes and those like them featured in many popular anime series will run afoul of the proposed law if it does pass, or if the bar for obscenity will be higher. Of course, ideally, the given examples would be protected under the clause that mentions literary or artistic value, but that will be entirely reliant on how individual judges perceive cases brought to them. Anime fans in Texas can hope that judges would see that anime such as Dragon Ball are not pornographic or obscene, despite some questionable material. But that's far from a guarantee given the manga ban sweeping through the US. It's understandable why some fans would worry the proposed law is too vague and broad in its definition. While the law may be aimed squarely at actual animated pornography, the law is also broad. The law is so broad that it could affect a lot more than just hentai. While proponents of the law may say this is unlikely, recent cases of manga censorship for relatively inoffensive material like Unico Awakening does not inspire much confidence that this law will only be used against its intended target. There is also the possibility that the law will be used as a tool to censor stories about young LGBTQIA characters, as has been seen in many cases surrounding YA literature. There's no doubt that the depiction of minors in certain anime and manga series makes many fans, myself included, uncomfortable. Master Roshi creeping on Bulma, for instance, is a running gag that I've never liked. But that and anime's other worst tropes making me uncomfortable doesn't mean I want Dragon Ball banned or these scenes removed. The potential for abuse, the potential abuse this law is simple. The potential to abuse this law is simply too high and too reliant on one person's definition of obscenity. Though it may be unlikely that this law is used to outlaw big series like Dragon Ball or Naruto, it absolutely could be used that way, and that should be more than enough to be wary of Texas Senate Bill 20. Also, keep in mind that one of the things that was pointed out in a different article was that shows like Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann are definitely on that, would definitely be something that would follow that list. And also a major center for Crunchyroll and the anime industry at large is in Dallas Fort Worth.
Yep.
The former Crunchyroll offices that are now
You mean former Funimation offices?
Yeah, former Funimation offices that are now Crunchyroll. Let's not also forget that High Dive, formerly ADV, is based in Houston. There's like two big animation companies that have major spots in Texas, and it's like, dude, seriously. All right.
Yeah, if they start cracking down on that, I can definitely see where they would move those elsewhere.
Yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts about this particular story in the comments and in the chat. But first, of course, I want to get thoughts from you guys on this. So, Moon, Fenris, feel free to start the chat about this.
Seems like they like shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
I mean,
one wrong misstep, and like I just said, both of those companies will more than likely pull out, which that is a big boon to Texas economies.
yeah, I would 100% sit here and state that this is another reason why we need younger people in politics. You know, like people who grew up with shows like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like this, they would know better. But a bunch of old fogies who don't know anything about anime, like, oh my god. Also, let's be completely honest. Most of the politicians in Texas are very prudish. They're like, family values. It's like, dude, you don't give a fuck about family values. Let's be
Calm
honest.
down there, Kermit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, if you gave a fuck about family values, half of you wouldn't get caught cheating nearly as much as you do. Just saying. Everybody likes to act like it's just DC. It's not. Moon, anything to say on this topic?
Not really.
Okay.
Just people being stupid.
Yeah, it's worrisome. That's all I have to say. It is potentially worrisome. All right, Moon. I know this one might be interesting to you. New Panty and Stocking anime reveals more cast and a July debut. A stage event in Japan at Anime Japan 2025 on Saturday revealed a new video as well as more cast and the July debut for the new Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt anime. The cast is Yuto Uemura as polyurethane. Oh well, I'm sure they're good at finishing stuff. People who work with wood, you'll get that joke. Junya Inoki as polyester. The two are angel brothers. Polyester is the older brother, and polyurethane is the younger brother. And then, of course, we got the returning cast. And yeah, it's set to come out in July. Oh man. So yeah, neat. I'll have to check out the trailer later. I have not done that. Thoughts?
I am excited. I loved Panty and Stocking so much. And the music for it was amazing as well.
Fly away now. Fly away. Yeah. All right. For this next story, I was kind of torn. Normally, I would be like, hey, Pokemon, give it to Moon Moon, because you're the Pokemon guy. But at the same time, it's also got the Chicago Cubs, and I'm the Cubs fan.
You just read 2 stories back to back. Let Moon read this one.
Fuck you. I do what I want. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Moon. Take it away.
All right. MLB Tokyo Series plays up Shohei Ohtani's Mega Pokemon connection. You might have missed it in the global telecast, but attendees of the Major League Baseball Tokyo Series opener between the Los Angeles Dodgers and Chicago Cubs saw players introduced with accompanying visuals of Mega Pokemon. For example, the Dodgers' Shohei Ohtani and Tommy Edman were introduced as Mega Garchomp and Mega Sharpedo, respectively. Similarly, Cubs right fielder Kyle Tucker was Mega Houndoom. That's cool. Each player is assigned a Mega Evolution Pokemon. There we are. The player introduction ceremony also featured a child in a baseball uniform holding a Pokeball in the pitcher's mound. MLB posted the full Pokemon-themed player introduction ceremony, Pikachu mascots and all. Fans of Pokemon and baseball have noted the similarities between Garchomp and Ohtani's stats for years. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Twitter user, that's definitely a user's name, posted
Dude,
an image.
That's cool. I'm looking at the kid holding the Pokeball in the pitcher's mouth.
I'm
It's so
watching
cool.
that right now.
Yeah.
That's
too.
adorable.
But Twitter user whatever posted image of a pair of Ohtani and Garchomp pop-up stands at a store last year. As the stand's captions half-jokingly note, the two are nearly identical in height, weight, two-way playing style, and unstoppability once they appear. While Pokemon took center stage during Tokyo Series, Japanese musicians Yoshiki and Little Glee Monster also appeared at the games to perform the American and Japanese national anthems. The MLB posted videos just after their performances. Yoshiki has performed the national anthem for several Dodgers games in the past.
It's so odd to me. Like, I'm sitting here watching the video of them playing, and I love it, but also at the same time, behind them, I see Pikachu in a Cubs jersey, and I'm like, I did not know how much I needed this in my life. That's dope. Yeah. So it was Dodgers versus the Cubs over in Tokyo Dome. That's dope. I love that. I definitely feel like we need more American teams going to foreign countries to play baseball, but also they need to play the foreign teams as well and like properly make the World Series, the World Series. But
cool.
but yeah. This is cool. I love this. More of this, please. Yeah. Super here for it. And I love that it's the Cubbies and the Dodgers. Especially considering they played
Magic Agura on their side.
They played against each other in 2015 in the playoffs, and again in that's how we got. And back in the 2016 playoffs as well, the Cubs actually beat the Dodgers in 2016 playoffs. Went on to go win the World Series. But yeah, they had they had their division game in the playoffs twice, and it was they got beat first time by the Dodgers, and second time I think second time they definitely beat the Dodgers, and it was a back and forth thing with the Dodgers and the Cubs in that playoff. So holy shit, yeah, the 2016 stuff was nail biting if you were a Cubs fan for a while, and then finally the 108-year curse was broken. But yeah, this is cool. More of this, please. Any other stuff you guys want to talk about this story, whether baseball or Pokemon? Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to give you guys a chance to comment on any last minute thoughts you might have.
I'm weird because I'm weird in a lot of people's eyes because I don't like sports either.
For me, I just think it's cool. That's about it.
Man, the only thing that would have made this better is if we'd have had some Gura showing up here. Like, for the 7th inning stretch, Gura just sings the Pokemon theme. The English Pokemon theme. Yeah, that would have done it. That way you bless both the Dodgers and the Cubbies with good luck, with the Gura good luck. The Galgura good luck. All right. Anyway.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to be the very best, you know? That no one ever was.
Moving on to the next topic.
I just don't like tests though.
All right, Fenris, you have the last story before we jump into the anime reviews.
Shueisha's Manga Plus service began a simulpub of Aka Akasaka, Aoi Kujira, and Ajichiko's new manga, Marching Crown, on Tuesday. Akasaka is writing the story, Kujira is composing the series story, and Record of Ragnarok artist Ajichika is drawing the series. The service describes the story as Rapunzel is a young girl who lives atop a tall tower and knows nothing of the outside world. One day she meets a boy named Mikkel.
That's bullshit. His name is Flynn Rider.
Who climbs the tower, and their destiny to change the world begins to unfold. The creators of Oshinoko and Record of Ragnarok form an incredible team to bring you the ultimate love story.
That's cute.
The manga debuted in Weekly Young Jump magazine on Wednesday.
All right.
And
yeah.
The rest is just
backstory on Oshinoko and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think this one's gonna be part of the Oshinoko / Kaguya-sama universe.
See, I can see where it would be as a story, either or that Ruby
as
would
if
tell
it's
to somebody.
that it's a story told by one of the characters. Yeah, that's absolutely it. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for the news. We're gonna be jumping into the anime reviews, and we'll be moving from there. So we've got quite a bit to talk about this time around. So let's go ahead and remember, next week is the last week for like a lot of these. Like, I mean, one of them we're definitely going to keep reviewing as we carry over, but Blue Box is ending next week. I think Zenshu is ending next week, and Solo Leveling is ending season 2 next week. And
yes. Which is actually funny because I've read so many different articles about this week's episode.
Oh yeah,
and they said that this week was the season finale. I'm like,
no, it was not.
Idiots.
No, it was not.
Like I read that, just like, you guys are fucking idiots. You didn't wait till after the credits was like, next episode.
Well, it's not only that, people don't know how to look on basic websites like My Anime List and check.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Or just go to Anime News Network and check like what they said. It's like, oh, you just assume it's over because 12 episodes. Like, no, dude, there's a 13th. Like, immediately after that episode ended, I went and checked Mal because I was like, I'm pretty sure there's 13 episodes, right? Because ending there, like ending the season like that's stupid. And then I went and checked it. I was like, yeah, there's one more episode. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Like, see that last couple of seconds of like, yep, nope, there's one more episode.
Yeah, I was pretty
sure.
Leave
it at that.
Yeah, like it's just a couple of seconds to load up Mal and be like, click on Solo Leveling and just see it says 13 episodes in season 2. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to put up a spoiler warning because we're going to be talking spoilers. So as soon as the spoiler tag comes up, we'll be talking spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled on any of the shows that we're talking about this week, we absolutely understand. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us as we talked about the news. We will be back tomorrow with more Mushoku Tensei. And of course, guys, don't forget, Episode 4 of Toradora comes out tomorrow. Make sure to give that some love and attention and comments. Help us fight the algorithm, the evil almighty algorithm. Help us with that. We really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah. Oh, and next week after Anime Church, we will be debuting the first the first of hopefully many episodes of Satisfactory. Or not Satisfactory, fucking Subnautica. We'll be playing Subnautica and kind of role-playing either ourselves or as kind of a survivor character of our choosing. And just being derps. So some good action under the sea. That being said, spoiler tag is coming up. Let's get started. Okay. As I said, with this episode of Blue Box, I felt like if this was the final episode for the series so far for the season, I'd have been like, you know what? That's actually an okay episode to end on. But yeah, we got one more, and I'm here for it. I saw a lot of people mad at Taiki. It was like, dude, you could have spared her so much pain if you just figured your shit out earlier. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, not wrong.
But that's not how like it works in reality. People like second or triple guess themselves. You know?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have missed out on so many opportunities where somebody was like, I had a crush on you. And I'm like, wait, what? Why didn't you ever tell me? And they're like, well, I did this. And I'm like, I'm stupid. You have to come out and say it. I don't notice things like that. I'm an idiot.
I am a dense motherfucker. You can hit me over the head with a frying pan and say that you love me. I'm like, you're just being nice.
Yeah. Now, if you come out blatantly and say, I want to throw you down and ride you, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I get that. Yep, totally. Yep.
You're just
Well,
trying to
shit,
boost
where's
my
the
ego.
bed? All right.
No, they're trying to boost your serotonin, my dude. Shut up and let them do it. That having been said, though, yeah, guys, you guys want to talk about this episode? Do a little description. It's like this was the final day of like their sports trip thing, right?
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
little sports field trip. Okay. And as is typical, they have like a little mini festival bonfire thing, and there's some sort of urban legend or whatever. But yeah. And of course, as we knew was going to happen, Manager Chan was going to get in the way. And God, I dislike her. Yeah, Moon, you want to give us a good rough description of what happened this episode?
Well, in this episode, it's focusing a little bit more on Hina and how she's thinking about things and feeling about things. And then we're getting prepped for the bonfire that's going to be happening. She's helping out. Everyone's helping out, getting the bonfire ready and stuff. And me sitting here like, man, I wish our high school trusted us to make bonfires and shit back in the day. That'd be fun. But I digress. So she's talking around. She has a small interaction with Taiki, and Manager Bitch over there is all like, I'm a snoop and get in the way of everything. Although what she does kind of help. So first of all, Taiki has to go to the gym because it's getting cold. So he's like, yeah, let me go get my jacket. I left it in the gym. Manager chick overhears this and is like, hey, Hina, go grab this thing for me. I would normally help you. but I don't want to help you this time. So go over there. Take as long as you need. And Hina's like, okay, I'll go grab the thing. So she ends up running into Taiki, explains to him what's going on, and he's like, she didn't offer to help? Jesus. All right, I'll help you. And then they end up getting sidetracked. They can see the bonfire from the window of the gym. And Taiki's like, come on, we gotta get moving. Then Hina's like, no, wait, let's just sit and watch this for a bit. And then she, talks a bit. They go on. And she says it again that she loves him. And he makes up his mind then and there. And it's like, no, I don't want you to keep hurting yourself like this. I don't want you to, say that you'll just wait for me because I care for someone else. And it's more painful for you to wait for me than it is for me to tell you this. And yeah, so that didn't go any way that the manager thought it would. Because literally, like the dude with the glasses had said and had asked her, what do you know about love?
Baby, don't
She
hurt
don't know
me.
shit.
Don't hurt me. No mo. Yeah.
But yeah.
I couldn't help it. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I
So,
like that she was
obviously-
called out by Glasses Coon. I like
Oh,
that she was straight up
100%.
called out. I was like,
it was so
Yeah.
great. And
you have
Hina was,
experience
of course,
dating. That
distraught.
doesn't mean you have experience with love.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Hina was, of course, very distraught, and she, was crying. She tried to fight it off as like, no, you don't have to tell me now. And he's sitting there. It's like, I have to tell you now. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going on, and it's not going to be good for either of us. So she's crying.
Also,
she
Props to him
runs,
for stepping
and
up and doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's
that's
not easy.
difficult. That is
Yeah, that is very
to do.
difficult, especially because you know you're breaking a friend's heart. That
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah.
That's the worst part. And manager runs into Hina as she's crying and everything, and she's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And Hina tells her exactly what Taiki had said. And not Hina, the manager sits there and she's like, "Oh, I fucked up." And it's literally everyone watching is like, "Yeah, no shit." So yeah. The last thing we get to see is that what's her name? Chinatsu. She notices that both Taiki and Hina are not around the bonfire and they're somewhere. So who knows what she's thinking's going on. But we'll have to see later, because that's where it cut off.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Um,
Anything to say, Fenris? Sounded like you had one for a second there.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Taiki did nothing wrong by telling her, I'm probably going to catch flack for it, but no, he did it the best way that he himself could do it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, people are like able to disassociate themselves from the characters and view it objectively as a story. But the moment you apply like your reality to it, you realize, oh, yeah, no,
It's
all
a
of these characters
teenager.
are really, yeah, it's like
Being a teenager whose
absolutely
best
understandable
friend
and relatable.
confesses to you is such an awkward experience.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially if you only see them as, one of the guys or something like that, and you have
Right.
to try to
Well,
let them down
considering-
gently, but at the same time you can't because they know you're full of shit.
Considering how much she charges them every time they like look at her, I don't think she's necessarily one of the guys. She's very aware of like they're very aware she's one of the girls.
But
Yes
in
and
a
no.
way.
Yes, and no.
'Cause
Yes.
That's the whole thing of the difference between like being buddy buddy and having a good time and being like literally it's like what you staring at, like flirty. and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. But like but again, I don't think it has anything to do with them not seeing her as a girl or a woman. I think it's just the difference between seeing someone as a friend versus a partner, Not necessarily that he's like, "Oh, I don't see you as a girl." It's like, "No, you do. You're aware of that. It's just you don't see her as that kind of girl, you know, like a girl that you're interested in, is what I meant to say. Words are tough, guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Any last minute stuff we want to say about this episode before we move on to reviews? Okay, good talk.
So, yeah.
So all right, what are your reviews for this episode out of 10? Moon.
8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Boy
I'll
Moon,
probably give
did
it
your
an 8
voice
too.
change?
What?
'Cause I said Moon, and then he answered.
Before
Yeah.
I heard you say Moon.
Well,
And I
you
was like,
took
boy,
a
did your
long
voice
pause
change.
between whatever and call it on me, so it's like,
All right, fine. Freaking heck.
either way.
All right, so Fenris gave it an 8. Would you give it?
I also gave it an 8.
I give it a solid 8. I think this was definitely an emotionally touching episode. Yeah. And again, I could have seen this being the season finale as well. Like that would have made sense, but yeah.
It would have been a great place to stop it, but then again, I don't know.
But
what's
then
coming
again,
up.
I'm also okay that we've got one more episode, you know? All right. Moving on from that. Okay, we're going to have a lot of things to say about this one. Solo leveling. Okay. So this is definitely one of the cases of the animation being taking from what the source material had and just expanding on it and making it better. I also like that Tony, who's an anime only, was talking about I like that we got the Bugs perspective, and I'm like, yeah, so that actually happened in the manhwa too. Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn this episode. Also, for those who were like, man, A1 Pictures popped off. No. This was 3 animation studios. If you pay attention to the credits in the beginning, you've got A1, you've got Redice, and oddly topical considering we were talking about a Haikyuu before, Production IG was also taking part in this episode. Because I saw Production IG credited and was like, really? And then I was thinking about Haikyuu and I'm like, no, that makes sense. The animation in Haikyuu is badass. But yeah. So we had 3 studios working on this episode. And boy, did it show. Because holy crap, every animation studio brought their effing A game. And I like that, having 3 studios like work on an episode so that, you know, it's not all one studio and it feels like MAPPA employees. You know, you're giving your studios a bit of a break. Your animators aren't being forced to work on too much. I like that. But yeah, this is definitely one of those times where the anime just far surpasses the source material. Holy shit, this fighting was good. Also, we even got like a little Gojo eye moment, you know? We get a moment. The crazy amount of detail around Jinu's eye was insane. So if you don't know what this episode was about, it's very much Jinu versus the Ant King, or you know what? I'm just gonna fucking say it now. Beru. You're gonna find out less than a week from now. He has a name. But holy cow. I've said enough. You guys go ahead. We don't have to go into like detail, but like just highlights. How you feel?
This was just a fun episode all around. It was great getting to see Jinu kick ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, on another note, considering how fast each episode has been going through a lot of content, how quickly we've been going through a lot of content this season, it was nice to see an episode just dedicated to slowing down. Like this whole episode was basically the fight. And holy shit.
Quote unquote slowing down. It all still happens pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, but
see,
like the fight in the manhwa goes pretty quick. This took its time and I appreciated it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So watching the first part of the fight where they were just punching back and forth.
Oh yeah, the slobber knocker, the knuckle duster.
My first thought is, why is Batman fighting Red Hood? And then my mind just went into, okay, just two guys beating the shit out of each other, and they're going to end up best friends afterwards.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
I know I'm not exactly wrong in that.
Definitely not. No, that's
No.
more correct than it has any right to be.
So correct.
Oh yeah. And
It was also good to see Baru having that moment of visceral fear.
mhm.
Yeah, that also I don't remember a second evolution happening in the manhwa.
Not as
Think
far
that's
as I know, there
anime.
was
I
not.
think that's anime specific, and damn. Yeah. That was awesome.
Also, there was a good few like just funny moments in this, and I was
Yeah.
very happy about that.
Also, okay, I could not watch this episode without thinking of like lines that I want to use in the abridged when we get there. Like
Mhm.
when Gina sees him on her phone, my immediate first thought, and this is just a bridger brain, you know, it is what it is. My immediate first thought was like she sees it, and I'm like, oh, she could easily say, "You motherfucker! You said you were just going out for a second to grab some milk."
Mom, Gina's
Mom.
turning into dad.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, did you just pull a dad on us?
Yeah, but they could track him, you know, news crews. Anyway. No, he'll be back. I'd like Dad, he'll be back. But yeah, I just thought about like some funny stuff. There's so many moments where there's so many moments that like when I go back and rewatch it, like a Bridger brain is just kicking in, and I'm like, oh, this would be good for this scene, or what if we said this instead, and blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, this whole season has been just a Bridger brain content for me, and I'm enjoying it. But my first watch through, I always like am just like, all right, just experience it. Don't worry about like jokes and thinking about this stuff. And then my second watch through is always, okay, turn a Bridger brain back on. Let's have fun. And yeah, that's kind of where it at. And that
Speaking of
I like
multiple
watching it that way.
watch-throughs, we should all sit down and watch the English dub.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should. Absolutely. Also, I think Choi is pronounced Che, if I'm remembering right. Because I heard somebody refer to him this episode as Che. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I definitely need to listen to the English version, so I'm making sure we're pronouncing people's names correctly. Definitely want to sit down and watch the dub and see what they did for these last couple episodes. Absolutely. Yeah. Any last thoughts or things you want to talk about from this episode? There was a lot. I mean,
I've been saying this like.
I love. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead first, Moon.
Well, I was gonna say I love the moment where Baru punches him and is like, another worthless human, couldn't even survive, and Jinu's just sitting there like
he's just weak,
Keep
and then
talking.
Gino just like, you just literally all you did was just change where he was looking.
Yep.
That's about it.
And I'm just like, I think what we could have in an abridged moment, just like, you know, Jinu's trying to say something and then just pow! I wasn't finished talking.
Yeah, something of that level. All right, so Fenris, you were saying?
I've been saying I said this like at the end of every episode this season. Next week is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love how much people are hating the ending of each and every episode. They fucking cliffhangers. Yeah, Solo Leveling's really good at their cliffhangers in the anime, man.
Especially
good.
with this one, because it was just him turning around. I know exactly what's about to happen. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, we know.
Baru
We know
up.
what's
We all
coming.
know what's
and
gonna
then it's
happen.
like, ugh. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So next week's
good.
gonna be great.
Good stuff.
All I can say is the perfect ending, in my opinion, for this season would be him releasing the spirit.
Yeah, that would be good. That being said, though, guys, let's get our ratings. 10.
10.
Easily 10.
Yeah, triple tens. This was beautiful. I did hear some sacrilegious talk, though. I did hear some people sit here and say this is the best animated fight in all of anime. No, bullshit.
No.
I've seen some amazing shit.
Gear 5 Luffy.
Gear 5
That's all I need to
Luffy,
say.
Obito versus Kakashi in the in Naruto Shippuden. Oh my god. Gojo. Or not Gojo, but fucking what's his name? The all right, it's season 2 of Jujutsu High the Jujutsu Kaisen, the fight with the demon that's stuck inside of the kid. I don't know why I'm blanking on everybody's name suddenly. I had there, but like literally that fight with them out there in season 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, Studio Mappa kicks off. And are you sitting here telling me that this is the best freaking fight and you're not. Are you serious? You're trying to compare this to Ufotable and motherfucking
Then there's
Studio
also, like,
Mappa?
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that. I would say that this stuff is better animated than Gurren Lagann stuff, but Gurren Lagann has some amazing shit. But like, no, I wouldn't put this as the best in anime. It's got some stuff to. Now, is it
really
hypey
damn good.
AF? Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. But also, you got to realize, there's a lot of times where you don't see the characters doing anything. It's just a bunch of streaks of lines. That being said, I do like the still image when we have the ants going against the shadow soldiers, like part way through the fight between Beru and Chinu. That was just like a big art like I'm looking at that and I'm just like, yeah, that's a double panel. That's a double page panel in a manga or a manhwa right there, and they're just panning from right to left, and I'm like, that's fucking gorgeous looking. I'm not shitting on Solo Leveling. They definitely got their flowers. I just don't think it's the best fight scene in all of anime. It's in the top 10, but like,
Sure.
come on, it's not like number 1. I wouldn't even put it in my
Definitely
top 5. But but it's in my top 10. It's in my top 10. I'm gonna give it respect. Some people get a little too overhyped, and it's like, you need to calm down. Think about this in an hour, and you'll realize, nah. I seriously cannot believe that somebody actually said that this was better than the Kakashi versus Obito fight. And I'm like, you don't understand how choreography and animation works if you're saying that. Like, you don't need to know much about what's going on. You can just, someone who knows practically nothing about Naruto can watch that fight and be amazed at what's going on there. Anyway, yeah. So trip 10s all around. We're going to move on to Apothecary Diaries. It was supposed to be before this, but I think I got a little too hyped about Solo Leveling and we skipped a day.
You did.
I did,
Just
but you know what?
Fair
Fuck it.
warning. Zenshu and Apothecary Diaries, I'm still trying to catch up on.
We're doing last week's episode of Zenshu, not this week's.
I'm still an episode behind on Zenshu.
Okay. Okay, so this week's episode of Apothecary Diaries. What's the best way to describe this? God damn it, just tell us already. That's literally my, like, it is the biggest
Honestly,
tease
it's not
to the
even
audience.
Just that. It's more like, damn it, Mao Mao, 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah, it's like, just figure it out already. We got like people who ship Jinshi and Mao Mao, like, you were eating good this week. Like, this was the episode for you. This was all the shipping moments. Oh my god. So all right. I love how we started out with Jinshi coming to borrow Mao Mao and literally had to wait for 30 minutes before Yoku would
she's literally just teasing the shit out of him.
I love how everybody basically knows except Mao Mao.
Yep.
And man,
you keep saying that girl. Who is that girl?
Yeah.
What is it that you call her exactly?
And we find out he's never actually called her by name. Yeah.
Yep.
So good. That being said, though, it was interesting seeing like all of the security measures that had to be taken with Jinshi, and like how people are trying to like slip shit in his food or give him food that makes him very virile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're like, oh yeah, no. We want you to lose control and knock up one of our girls. Like, absolutely.
Yep.
Like, so yeah, he's being messed with heavily. And
Very
I love
much,
that
yeah.
Mao Mao is not understanding any of what's actually going on. Also, first gun of the series, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Very interesting. There was an attempted assassination on Jinshi.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a nice little waterfall dive. You know, sometimes you just need a little wah-wah.
Which he definitely needed the water. Homeboy was like
Yeah, not a
dying in there. Like
uh,
they're explaining it's summer and that because of the humidity and everything in these mountains, and I'm like, oh god, and he's having to wear the face covering. Oh, they're dying.
oh, and keep all the windows closed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I absolutely love where we left off. I can't wait for next week's episode. Any last minute stuff you want to say before we give our ratings, Moon?
Hold on. Oh, pardon me.
Oh, you're good.
I don't think I have much to say on this. It was just a lot of fun, but like, damn it,
I
Mao Mao,
agree.
for someone who is so intelligent, you could just
So fucking stupid.
so
fucking
obvious.
stupid. Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm gonna give this a 9. The constant teasing is infuriating to me.
Mhm.
Of like, I want to know the thing that I want to know what Jinshi is, like how he relates in the hierarchy of things. I'm pretty sure I do know, but
He's
I
either
wanna
the
know.
brother or the son of the current. I think he's the brother of the current emperor.
I think he's the brother of the current emperor. I think he's like, I think he may be technically like the legitimate heir.
Probably.
He should be the emperor instead of the other guy, but like something or whatever. But yeah, like he's very important, and I need the full clarification. I want to know if my theory is correct. Damn it, that's the big thing. So I took 1 point off because they didn't give me my fucking answer, and I'm tired of being baited. I don't want the just put the shit there. Tell me. So that's a little frustrating.
But yeah, I'm at a 9 as well.
Yeah. All right, cool. That being said, let's move on to Zenshu. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. They fucked around and they found out. I am going to be watching the next episode right after this, so yeah.
I already watched it before this because like,
I didn't want to have it
I
fresh
was
in
there
my
and I
head.
was like,
I didn't want to have that episode fresh in my head and get confused. So last week's episode, a lot of different stuff happened. I love that we got like this little peek behind the curtain again with God, why am I forgetting her name suddenly? The main character, and Yunio is there. Like Yunio shows up. I love that Yunio shows
Natsuko.
up in like a movie theater. Yes, Natsuko. I love that Yunio shows up at the movie theater in Natsuko's mind and doesn't even ask where are we. You know, just it's what it is.
he's just sitting there. It's like, we got more important things. I'll worry about what this place is later.
I love that literally she is confronted about how she feels and everything as she realizes, oh no, I've been in love with Luke my entire life, basically.
Yep.
And she's just now realizing it. And then we get Luke doing the thing that it was shown he did in the movie, except he didn't transform, but he
not yet.
destroyed the last soul future or whatever. He destroyed the thing that was up there, the big important MacGuffin. He destroyed it. So we shall see what happens. This was an interesting episode. It's not one of my favorites, but you know, it was good. And the beginning of the episode, oh my god, yes, they fucked around and they found out. Oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. And I love, even till the end, they were sitting there trying to blame Natsuko.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You kept doing it.
Mob mentality.
You deserve what you get. You deserve this. It's absolutely your comeuppance.
Oh yeah, no. Next episode's gonna be very cathartic for you.
Yeah. All right. Any last minute things to say on this episode before we give a rating?
No, it just that it was really good. And was it young Natsuko's voice that was coming through the damn thing the entire time?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I loved seeing all of the different aged versions of her together too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it was so weird seeing everybody with her hairstyle when she was talking.
Yeah,
to them.
that was so
weird.
interesting.
That was
with the
so
hair in front of their
weird.
faces, and I'm like,
Oh, this is not okay.
I don't
Not
like
okay.
this.
All right. That being said, I'm going to give this episode a 7.
I'd actually give it an 8.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. That's party. Those are our thoughts and opinions on the anime of this week. We appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. I'm turning off the spoiler tag because we are done. Yeah, we will be back next week with the final reviews for the episodes of this season. We will be continuing on with Apothecary Diaries because that's still got we're only halfway through on that, and I'm looking forward to what's to come. But yeah, we'll be carrying that on until next season, and we've definitely nailed down we're going to be watching the beginning after the end and reviewing it. And then we might we're gonna be going through the list of what's coming out next season next week. And if we find if we see an interesting anime that we may want to check out, because hey, at first when we read the description for Oshinoko, it didn't seem interesting, and then when we watched it, holy shit, yeah. So lesson learned.
Like, what do you mean the first episode's an hour and a half? What do you mean I'm crying?
Dude, I'm always crying, dude. It always gets me. Yeah.
Those damn fucking onion ninjas.
Dude,
Why are they cutting onions in here?
why are they cutting onions? Anyway, that being said, yeah, we will probably find a third one if we find something interesting that we want to watch and catch up on or whatnot and review, blah, 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 blah. But we'll figure that out next week. Also, the way we review anime is going to change. We're going to pick out a day to all sit together and watch our shows. And once we finish an episode, we will review it right then and there while it's still fresh in our minds and give it our ratings. And we'll record that and then play it for you guys when we get to the anime reviews section. So this way we have more concrete thoughts about the episode. We could talk about it in a bit more detail, and then we can go on to the next thing, and so on and so on. So we're just gonna record our post-episode thoughts, do our little review, and that's the parts that we're recording. Yeah, post-episode clarity, indeed. Yes. That being said, yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow for more Mushoku Tensei light novels as we try to finish up Volume 7 and get through all of the really awkward points of Rudy's particular section of Season 2. So yeah. All right, that being said, we will see you next time. This is Anime Church, the church where not only is cosplay encouraged, but it is highly recommended, and we will not judge you for it. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. Praise Arceus!
I am Fender Sauron, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Bye!
Oh.